Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games and part 5 of our How to Play Population Z series. I'm Lee, and in this video I'll be taking you through all the rules for the other actions that include healing, replenishing, doors and windows, and then everything from pushing through to dropping, throwing and picking items up. Let's look at health first, and health is measured in hearts and apples, and survivors will start with 5 hearts and 5 apples. NPCs typically only start with hearts, and the number varies depending on their character. Hearts or apples are lost when a character takes damage. Lost hearts can be healed with medical gear, and lost apples can be replenished with food and drink items. When all hearts and apples are lost, the character will immediately be removed from the battle. When damage is taken, a survivor can choose to remove any number of hearts or apples in any combination. For example, if a survivor fails their armor save and takes 3 damage, they can remove either 1 heart and 2 apples, 2 hearts and 1 apple, 3 hearts, or 3 apples. Managing hearts and apples and the items needed to heal and replenish them is a key part of the game. Apples are also used in reactions, and every time a survivor makes a reaction, they lose 1 apple. We covered the rules for this in a previous video. Now let's look at the healing action, and it's 3 actions to heal 1 heart. Survivors can carry out a heal action on themselves or another character if all of the following conditions are met. The character to be healed has 1 or more hearts or apples remaining. The survivor or the character they are healing is carrying a first aid kit. The survivor is in base contact with the character they want to heal. Once a character has spent the 3 actions to heal, it's an automatic action. Increase the heal character's health by 1d3 hearts. Now let's look at replenishing, and to replenish 1 apple, it'll cost you 2 actions. Carry out a replenish action if all of the following conditions are met. The survivor is not in base contact with an enemy character, and the survivor is carrying a food or drink item. Discard 1 food or drink item and increase the apple characteristic by 1. If the food or drink item has a condition, apply that condition immediately. Now let's look at doors and windows, and survivors cannot just walk through a door or climb through a window. They have to check if the door or window is locked, and if so, spend time unlocking it with their skills or weapons. Secure doors and windows will be harder to open as they will be barricaded or fortified. Survivors will have to attack these more secure doors and windows and reduce the hearts just as they would do against a character in combat. Regardless of whether the door or window is secure, zombies must always attack a door or window before they can move through it, even if it's already been unlocked. Once a door or window has lost all its hearts, zombies can move through it freely. To open a regular door or window, it'll cost you 1 action, and then you'll roll a d6. If the result is less than the survivor's luck characteristic, the door or window is locked, and they may spend a further action to unlock it. If the result equals or beats the survivor's luck characteristic, then the door or window is already unlocked and the survivor may move through it using further actions to do so. It's good to decide before the game starts which doors and windows will be secure. And don't forget that survivors can only open a secure door or window if they reduce the hearts to 0 in ranged or melee combat. When the final heart is lost, the bang comes into effect, so follow the noise rules that we covered in a previous video. The secure door and window cards are on page 38 of the core book, and you can also find them in the assets book and as a free PDF to download on our website. There you'll find all the characteristics that you'll need to use when carrying out a ranged or melee attack against the secure door or window. Okay, that now brings us nicely on to some of the other actions that survivors can carry out that don't fit in with these main chapters that we've covered so far. First is the push action. This is a cost of 1 action, and if in base contact with a character, a survivor can push the character up to 1 inch away in any direction. A survivor can choose to follow up for free, and if they follow up, move the survivor 1 inch back into base-to-base contact with the character. Note that you can also push a friendly character, so it's not just enemies. Survivors can also pick up an item for 1 action. They can pick up any item they can carry if they are in base contact with it. However, if the survivor is in base contact with an enemy character, they cannot carry out a pickup action. Each item will have a carry slot number. The survivor can carry the item if they have that many free carry slots remaining. If they do not have that many free carry slots remaining, they cannot carry the item. Survivors can drop an item as a free action. They can drop any item they are carrying and place the dropped item in base contact. If the survivor is in base contact with an enemy model, they cannot carry out the drop action. Now let's look at the throw action. This can cost 1 to 3 actions, and items can be thrown 6 inches. The number of actions it will take to throw the item is the same as the item's carry slot number. If an item can't be thrown, it'll tell you that on its card along with certain conditions. If a survivor would like to end an activation when they still have actions remaining, they can pass as a free action. Now let's look at the final action of the video, and that is the leg it action. This is a free action, and if a survivor decides they no longer want to continue or voluntarily moves off the battlefield edge, they have chosen to leg it. The skirmish got too much, or they wanted to keep their hearts at all costs and fled the scene. Remove them from the battlefield. But when a survivor has legged it, they leave behind any items they were carrying, including their starter weapons. They're treated as failed to exit for the post-skirmish sequence and must immediately roll to check if they were bitten. And there we go, that's now covered hearts and apples, doors and windows, and some of the other actions that our survivors can carry out. But we've still got to have a close look at searching, so we'll cover that in the next video. And then after that, we're going to move on and start having a look at the line of sight and cover rules, ranged attacks including grenades and fire, and melee attacks too. So we've still got a few actions to go. I hope you've been enjoying this series so far. We've already covered now parts 1 through 5. We've gone through the key concepts, some of the main rules, and most of the actions. It will be great if you come and join me for part 6, where we'll have a look at searching, a real fun part of the game, before moving on to all the other parts, including ranged and melee attacks. Then we're going to have a close-up look at the zombies and how NPCs work, and then how to start a campaign, followed by a close look at a skirmish overview, and then we'll do a demo game so you can see all the rules being played out in real time. If you'd like to find out more about Population Z and the Welcome to Huntsville book, then check out the book review that I've done on the channel. That'll tell you all about it, and also have a look at the other video where we do a deep dive on the asset book showing you all the components of this optional extra. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you found it helpful. If you've got any questions, then please ask down below or come and join us on Discord. We'd love to see you there. For now though, thanks again, and if you liked the video, it'd be great if you hit the like button, subscribe as well to keep up to date, and I look forward to seeing you next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep going with these regular videos. I couldn't do this without you, and I appreciate your support so much. If you'd like to join the Patreon community, support the channel, get some great perks at the same time, there's a link down below in the description. It'll be awesome to see you there.